Well, hello there, humans, hippies, earthlings, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and hope you're lucky enough to be doing it too. I'm Bushka on Blitz, back with another dose of love, affection, and generically hot stuff. The tanking stuff, the stink, the good juju. This is the T54, but it doesn't really have much to do with what I'm talking about today. Today's just a bit of a light one, boys and girls. It's got a very funny game I had recently in the Grille. The Grille 15, the George Foreman grill, you got to love it. I drive this tank a lot, the Grille that is, not the 54. And I have a ball of laughs in it because basically it's such an edge of the razor tank. You can be living the high life, rolling sixes every moment, or you are absolutely obliterated and you're just dust in the wind. You'll get hit for 1,000 damage all the time by other Tier X TDs or Tier 9 TDs either. You'll bounce shots. The next game I'm going to show you has got a little bit of everything that the Grille brings to the table, not the least of which is insane RNG, which you'll see what I'm talking about. How's everyone been anyway? It's been a pretty exciting little bit of time lately. I've got a patron-only boot camp tomorrow for the NA boys. I'm going to be running that. We're going to be running around belting each other in training rooms and talking about side scraping and all kinds of lovely things. Talking about jagging shots like I'm about to here from this poor old Yag Tiger. If you haven't considered sponsoring the channel, please do consider sponsoring the channel. It's on Patreon. You can find it there. It's all tickety-boo. There is a link at the top of the channel and I'll put it in the video too. Lots of community stuff goes on there. I am loving tanks at the moment. Blitz has been really exciting lately. I've had a lot of people saying hello to me in games. Seems like we're really kicking along. All you fantastic human beings out there are making this a hell of a ride. The constant new influx of subs, and you're obviously telling the other humans. Don't forget the damage comp that's on at the moment. I've had about 5 entries so far. The guidelines are there to be just that. I thought of making them prerequisites, but they're actually guidelines. So if you're in a Tier X and you get anywhere near 7,000 damage, you should be sending the video of that game into me if you do indeed make a video of that game. I've had a couple of cracking Tier 6 games in so far and a very solid Tier 9 game from my mate Maddox. So keep them coming in, Tier 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Your highest damage games, try and keep them as close as possible to the prerequisite numbers that I posted on bushkaonblitz.com. There's a big post up there to give you all the details on how you should do it, etc, etc. So if you are wondering what I'm talking about, go to www.bushkaonblitz.com and have a look at the top article there, which is called Shoulder a Wonking. And we're going to attempt to shoulder a wonking right here. What is a wonking? It's like a light summer breeze that comes often through the Poconos, otherwise known as a wonking. It's an old Indian name meaning a gentle caressing wind. It means none of that. Some of the idiots in Triari made it up. I don't know what it means. It's like to carry jellyfish or something. Whatever the case may be. I'm attempting to shoulder a wonking here in the Grille. I'm attempting to carry the humans. My good mate Rich is on my right-hand side, Rich like an MP. And I'm just sneaking around up the top here using the camo and the binoculars, Errol. The binoculars on the Grille are very important, as is the camo net, because you're basically a big soft tissue driving around with a bit of track and a 40-foot gun sticking off the top of your sewing machine head. And if you don't look after the binoculars and the camo net, they won't look after you. And by look after, I mean reset your camo early and often, and don't drive forward to take shots unless you absolutely have to. And we're just working the edges here. There is good camo there on either side, though. It's not hardcover. You do have the house for hardcover. You've got the trees on either side, which mean you can then reset camo and move backwards and forwards behind it, and use your binoculars and your camo net and such, and get spots on people that are far away. Now that obviously didn't help because we got spotted there by someone on the right as we were moving forward, and we got a bounce. How about that? Bouncing in the Grille. It's like driving an E75. Speaking of E75, there's one on the right. Why don't we go and have a chat to him right now? G'day E75, how you doing? I'd really like to make your acquaintance. I think it'd be good if we get together. I like long walks on the beach. I'm a Sagittarius. I'm a big fan of people who are active in their life and positive people. And I'd love it if you liked pets as well. Here's my love letter, courtesy of the high explosive bounty tank ammunition I carry. Boom, thanks very much. See how we go on our first date. Probably not going to happen anyway, but let's see what happens. We're up by 3 tanks. This should be a walkover. Well, there's 2 really good players in their team, actually, I think. The STB1 and the 215B. Rich and I just played a game against these guys where the rest of our team capitulated in awesome fashion, and I think I even had a 0 or something horrific like that. It was a tremendously fun game where I think I put some teeth marks in the desk afterwards. It was really good giggle. I'm trying to get a shot on the top of this scent one, and you can see the STB1 and the 215B are now starting to claw it back, and the 7-1 takes out our T30, and suddenly it's 4-all, so we put one to the good. That's a strong turret on the 7-1, but we do very, very well there to use the 0.27 dispersion on this monstrously freakish looking thing. Rich gets caught out by a double team there. He started moving up on the 140 and the 215B pop, on the 215B, sorry, and the STB pop. And now the fun and games begins. Our IS-7 is literally unable to move on the other side of the map. He's typing it up, letting everyone know. You'll see it pop up in game in a little bit. So the STB1 and I decide, there's the ping call from the IS-7. I missed that because God only knows it's such an inaccurate gun. And I'm then going to drive forward and reverse back down the hill where I get a little bit more speed if necessary. Get one in the STB1. And we're beginning the dance of 1,000. I really don't want to get hits. There's another bounce. How about the bouncing ability of the Grille? You've got to love the George Foreman when it's on song and bouncing, as most TDs with 50mm of all-round armour do. It's a fantastic machine. Ping 300 is the report from the IS-7. He can't move. He's over there not moving and not hitting, but he's also typing at the same time. The T62A is having none of it. He's blaming all his troubles and woes on the IS-7, and the IS-7 is not really driving, but he's typing just fine. I don't know what's going on there, whether he's having a Lendivus or not. So let's get back to the important stuff, the subtle, beautiful dance that is going on between me and the STB1. Now he's a canny bugger because I've done my normal thing, which is try to make him reverse, and he has actually traversed the tank around and is facing it the opposite direction to where he was last time I had him spotted, so he was able to drive forward. So I do it again before he gets a chance to reverse the tank around and drive away, and then he has to reverse up the bloody hill. We get the kill. Surely victory must be ours. I've hit the adrenaline because I'm really worried. The IS-7 is still pleading his case. The 62A is saying, no, none of that. This pattern gets me, and I fire off a wild shot in angst. I feel ripped off here. But then again, you're going to see what happens. The average alpha roll on this tank is 640. Average, okay? You can go a little bit higher, you can go a bit lower. You can get up to 700. You can hit around for 600 sometimes. I'm going to play this pretty solid. I'm going to let camo set, make sure I'm not spotted, and then I'm going to drive carefully up the hill, pointing to the right. Because I figure if he does pop when I get up there, I'll be able to drive back to the rock if he's on my left, and if he's on the right, I'll get a free shot. So I start driving up the hill, pointing towards him, where I think he's going to be, get the shot. 571. That's a horrific roll. A really bad roll, and I'm feeling pretty hard done by now. Have a look at this. Oh God, I just bounced off the side, and then I get tracked. He's probably driving along, wondering whose dog he kicked. This is ridiculous. And you're going to see, I'm going to chase him because I hate draws. I try not to have draws. I get tracked again. This kid must be kicking himself in the ass. And then I come out here to have a last shot, and I bounce another one. Boom, boom. And for that amazing effort, I received 4,000 damages and a steel wall. You won't see too many steel walls in the Grille. My goodness, that was a special drive. I gave him every chance to win. I rolled low on him, and I bounced him 3 times and got tracked twice. That is outstanding. I hope you enjoyed that one, boys and girls. I know I did. I had a little giggle to myself after I finished giving myself uppercuts for rolling so low and for making a couple of little errors there. But it was a good, fun game, wasn't it? That was a cracker. There's a lot more coming. Stick with me. I've got my patron-only boot camp tomorrow morning. If you are a patron and you are on the NA server, you should be heading along to that. It's a great laugh. We're all in the Discord channel, all talking rubbish. Everyone's blowing me up, as is their wont, and we have a great old time. There's heaps coming this week. There's lots of stuff coming. I'm going to find out all the prizes from Wargaming this week, hopefully, but there will be prizes for the damage competition. Make sure you are recording your games in 720p. They don't have to have sound. If you can't get sound, that's Apple's. It's not a problem. And send them along, and I will be putting them up. Any honourable mentions and tanks and games I think that are interesting and fun, I'll put them up on the YouTube channel and I'll talk about them, and we'll have a great time for it. I'm Bushka on Blitz. As always, you humans are fantastic. You light up my life and you keep me going along tickety-boo all the time. Stay safe out there on the battlefield and look after your families.